allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Deputy Mayor Blanco.
Here.
Councilman Bovair.
Here.
Councilwoman Warner.
Here.
Councilman Whipple.
Here.
City Attorney Garganese. City Manager Takanich.
Here.
And Assistant City Manager Fuhr.
Here.
Thank you.
Make a motion to approve the regular meeting of November 14, 2018, and the minutes of the regular city council meeting of September 25th, 2018.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to, we don't have any awards and presentations tonight, so we'll move on to delegations. And I do have one card. Mr. Sinclair.
Were we gonna let our kids go first? There they are. They're here. They're back in.
Oh, they're back in? Okay. All right.
Maybe you want,
Yeah.
Deborah Dukes.
Deborah Dukes. Would you like to come forward with the children? Youth? Good evening. Good evening.
Evening.
Here. Good evening.
Name and address for the record, please.
Deborah Dukes, 2525 Fairfield Drive, Cocoa, Florida.
Thank you.
I have some youth leaders here that's going to represent.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hunter, and I would like to let all of you know that you are invited to come to the Winter in the Park that we're having held soon. Holiday in the Park.
Hello, my name is Kalia Armstrong, and I'm here to inform you about the date of the Holiday in the Park is Saturday, December 1st, 2018. It will be hosted at Provost Historical Football Field at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rakia, and I'm here to inform you about our second event at Monroe Provost Park to tribute to our Legend Parade on February 23rd through February 24th. And on February 24th, we will be showing you guys the Provost Park Old Time Gospel events.
Hi, my name is Anaya Fusco, and I would like to offer special thanks to all who supported and for making positive impact on our students' lives.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very
thank you
good.
very
We
much.
appreciate y'all listening ear and looking forward to working with y'all in the future.
Thank you.
I'll-
Deborah.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, Mr. Lawrence Sinclair.
Lawrence Sinclair, 1052 Mitchell Street, Cocoa, Florida. Deputy Mayor, before I get started, I'd like to ask, I have the right to address this council under the city charter, and I would ask that all persons on the dais and in the audience respect that right. Whether they agree with what I have to say or not is not at issue. I do not want to be interrupted again, as in September of this year, and if I am, I'm going to turn around and walk out of here, and then I'm just going to continue to pursue things legally, okay? I haven't been here since September 11th. However, since I've been in the city, I have worked directly and honestly and bluntly with the city from the very first city council meeting I came to. On June 28th of 2016, I addressed this council over some of the similar activities that have been taking place in this council since September. Some of you were not sitting on that dais at the time. Some of you were. Some who were sitting up there are no longer there. Let me make something perfectly clear. I have been upfront with the city from day one. I do not hide anything about myself or my past. Don't do it, won't do it, and have no problem with addressing it. I will not, however, have members that are appointed or elected as officials of this city to use this body or any other city governing body or meeting to file malicious prosecution charges in a court in the 18th Circuit, accusing me of things that I did not do. I will not tolerate elected and/or appointed officials submitting written sworn statements, making allegations that are untrue in their official capacities with the City of Cocoa without providing those sworn statements to the city clerk for public records purposes. As I'm sure most of you have been made aware, as of November 2nd, I have filed civil action against the city representatives, and members of city boards, as well as a couple of other citizens in the city of Cocoa for libel, slander, defamation, malicious prosecution. As of Monday, a federal civil rights complaint and civil litigation over slander, libel, defamation, malicious prosecution will be filed against the city and those same named defendants. I'm not going to play this game. I will not be told that you sit up there and you have any sort of authority over me or any other citizen. You don't have to agree with what I have to say. I think my working with this city over the last almost 4 years has been a back and forth. We don't always agree, but we manage to work through things and get things done. I'm gonna still be here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not hanging my head. I'm not curling up my tail between my legs and running from anybody or anywhere. And I'm going to continue to make a difference in the city, and I'm going to continue to work with the city of Cocoa to make that difference for the benefit of the city. If there's a reason that people want to go around spreading rumors to imply that something was going to take place at this meeting this evening, for their own benefit, I hate to disappoint you. My only intent was to come and make it clear that I've taken my stand, and I will continue to pursue every legal avenue, including challenging the mayor-elect and District 4 council member-elect's legality of actually being sworn in next week. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We're going to move on to consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. We'll move on to, we have no public hearings tonight, so we'll move on to council business.
Miss Gail, hi.
Ms. Gail?
Hello.
Hey, Gimpy.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody this evening? Okay, I'm actually coming here to request an approve the requested change for the road closure for the upcoming holiday parade and tree lighting. Normally, we have a road closure that begins at 4 and goes till 8. However, this year we want to start things a little bit earlier. There's a couple of reasons we want to start it earlier. We're hoping that by the earlier time change, we can increase community participation in both the parade and the viewing from the curbside and increase safety for both participants and bystanders as the parade moves along the streets of the southerly city limit through to the streets of Cocoa Village. One of the other reasons for the increase in the closure time is due to expected increase in parade participants and viewers from moving the parade to a daytime parade instead of an evening parade. I'd like to change the time from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and I would like to move that to 12 p.m. to 6 p.m.
At the parade at 12?
The parade, actually, on here it says 2, but actually the parade will start at 3. It's going to go 3. Last year, the parade ran a little long, and so it really kind of backed everything up, and we were here a little bit later, and so we're hoping that with that, if we do it a little bit earlier, we'll be more people out, we'll be able to keep things in better time.
Will it take the same route?
It will be the same route. For Cocoa, it'll begin at the southerly city limit to Maryland Avenue, and then Maryland Avenue between Brevard Avenue and Delanoy, and then Delanoy Avenue between Maryland and SR 520, and then Harrison between Delanoy Avenue and River Ridge.
Good.
All right, motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. Okay. Okay, on the next item, Mr. Tkanich?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. This item is the requesting city council direction regarding our agreement for professional services, lobbying, federal lobbyists between the city of Cocoa and Alcade and Fay. If you recall, the city has had a long-standing relationship with Alcade and Fay since 2005. Most recently, in the past year, they assisted us, along with our state lobbyist, as President Trump rolled out his tax bill and created the opportunity zones. And the agreement does conclude in December of this year. And they essentially provide us, in addition to providing us, information like that, keeping us informed of what's happening in Washington with the Capitol and specific legislation, and identifying potential areas where we might be able to leverage resources or apply for grants, both in the nonprofit but at the federal agency level. They also, I can tell you this past year, we reached out to them as we contemplated the advanced refunding of the 2010 BABS bonds that we did, and sought their advice on whether legislation would be coming forward with what was happening, because there was word that there was a tax bill out there that might affect that. So with that, we're asking for guidance. Their annual retaining amount is $24,000 plus the de minimis administrative expenses, and we would be entering in the FY19 adopted budget. We did include $25,000 for these federal lobbying services, and I'll add, with the change in Congress, I think it would benefit the city to be able to understand, know what's coming down the pike, how it might affect us, also to have a voice. Obviously, locally, we can reach out to our congressperson, but they certainly have a network of contacts, and they have represented us previously, whether a bill would come through that might, I think there's a couple different things that they have, we've reached out to them, and they've communicated our concerns both to our representative and our two Florida senators. So with the upcoming, the change in leadership in Congress, staff is recommending the continuation of the services for the upcoming year.
I would say, if I may, I think we should continue with them. I think they've been doing a good job for the city in the years they've been here, and they're very reachable, and I think they're doing a great job for us with our grant programs. And I see the emails he sent us, and I make a recommendation that we stay with them.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Thank you. Okay. So move on to city business. And Mr. Tkanich?
Next, our finance director will be presenting.
Oh, okay, very good. Rebecca?
Requesting approval of accounting services for the comprehensive annual financial report preparation and review, and also approve a resolution amending the fiscal year 2019 budget through the use of general fund and utilities contingencies. Due to turnover in the finance director, in addition to extended leaves of absence of accounting staff, and the comprehensive tasks that need to be done to complete the CAFR, the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, staff is requesting assistance in completing all these year-end tasks and review, and assistance with familiarity of city recording, in addition to new GASB statements that have been implemented in this fiscal year. So staff is requesting approval of a piggyback utilizing Castleberry's contract with Milestone Professional Services to provide these accounting services in an amount not to exceed $12,000. Staff is available for questions.
Okay.
I have a question, Ms. Chair. Do you have any experience with this company previously? Have you dealt with them before in any capacity?
Yes, I do. They assisted Castleberry with doing the financial statements and provide consulting services and providing the review of the CAFR, so they catch things that I would not catch.
Okay, so you're comfortable with them as a vendor then?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? No?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed. Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to multi-year contracts. And Ed?
I'm here. This item is to request council authorization to award a multi-year task order and purchase order to Infrastructure Solutions Services, ISS, for design and engineering services related to Riverfront Park. This is awarded under the Civil Engineering Continuing Service Agreement, RFQ 1601 COCA, and it's for the 100% design, competitive bid package preparation and construction engineering services through project completion, the amount of $66,320. That includes bidding and construction services. And this is for the TDOC and day slips to continue that design and permitting. And then after they're done with the permitting, they'll be put out to bid, and we'll be back with construction bids for you to approve.
Okay.
Very good.
Anyone have any questions, comments?
No.
No?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to next item. Ed, that's you again.
That's me again.
All right.
This is to award an amend and award a multi-year task order to issue change order to PO 73217, which adds $93,000 to Infrastructure Solutions for services related to the TDOC and day slips under the Civil Engineering Services Agreement, COC, RFQ 16-01-COCA for the 100% design, competitive bid package preparation, construction engineering. Sorry, the one before was for the promenade. This is for the TDOC and day slips. We originally had a proposal for them to take it to 40%, and the FEMA has requested, in order to be eligible for reimbursement, the design needs to be at 100%. So this takes it from the partial design to the full design in accordance with the FEMA requirements.
Okay. Very good. Anyone have any questions? No?
No. Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. We get these things going.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next item is that Rebecca?
We're talking that's just the informational.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So do we have anybody in the audience who, advisory board or
Committees.
committee who'd like to speak tonight? Okay. We'll move on to staff reports. Okay.
State administration.
Ed?
You always start with me.
Start over there.
I don't have anything to report. I just want to thank you, Jerry and Clarence, for your time we worked together, and
Thank you.
remember who to call if you got a pothole. So,
I
we'll
got
be
your
there.
number.
I'm
Yeah.
still going to call you.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. Thank you, Ed.
Yes.
Okay. Rebecca?
Yes, if council will recall, on the October 10th meeting, a contract was presented with the state of Florida for reimbursement for Hurricane Irma. We submitted that contract to the state and actually got the original back, and Surprisingly, we got reimbursement for our first project worksheet for the Hurricane Irma. That was for Cat A, which was for sunken boats. The cost that was submitted was $30,550, and FEMA has paid $27,495, and the state kicked in $1,528. So the cost to the city was $1,528.
Very good. That's good news. I
And that's
like
all.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Chief?
I would just like to echo Ed's comments and say thank you to Councilwoman Blanco and to Councilman Whipple for, on behalf of the police department and myself, thank you for all your support, and it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you. Chief Prince?
Just want to remind council that this next week on Monday, the local 2416 firefighters and department will be handing out turkey dinners. We have quite a few applicants, so we'll be working through that, and we want to thank those in the community that's helped us collect the turkeys, as well as everybody on the staff that's helped us go through that. So we appreciate it, and also echo what Chief Cantaloupe said. We appreciate Deputy Mayor and Councilman Whipple. We appreciate your service and all you've done to help us get along with the fire department. We opened 3 new stations under your guidance this year, and things are going well, and we really appreciate that, so thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have all the turkeys you need, or are you still
can always
looking for
use more
donations? Okay, we'll just put that word out there. They're still
Yes,
looking for
ma'am.
turkeys.
Always use more.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Okay, Karen?
Good evening. Last month, you approved the development agreement with the city and the cottages, and last week, we had the groundbreaking of that development, and so that's going to bring 18 townhomes to our downtown, and so that was an exciting event and definitely a milestone for the city. And again, to thank you both for your guidance and support over the past year that I've been here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for the city as well. And hopefully they'll get the next project up and running here pretty quick. So looking forward to that one too. So thank you, Karen. Katie?
Nothing to add other than Jack isn't here, but he wanted to also give his thanks to you all for your help while you've been on council.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Tammy?
The only thing I had to report was a reminder of the city's toy drive that's being put on with the police department. The sign up is through Friday in City Hall and the city clerk's office. After that, people can still sign up through the police department with Officer Hadaway. So I just wanted to mention that as a reminder. So, and again, thank you, echoing what everybody else has said. Thank you for your support, you too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Good luck. Terry?
No report, but
Okay.
y'all know how I feel, and I will continue to see both of you, I'm sure, so.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good luck.
yes.
Okay. Assistant City Manager, Matt?
Yes, I don't have a report tonight, but I want to thank Councilman Blanco and Councilman Whipple for your leadership over the time that I've been at the city. Councilman Whipple 2 different times, Councilman Blanco this most recent term, and thank you for your leadership and all that you've done for the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Mr. City Manager?
Yes, first, a couple of things. On Tuesday, November 20th at 10 a.m. Is the swearing in or the newly elected city council, or the new mayor, and as well as the newly elected members for District 1 and District 4. It's at 10 a.m. here in these council chambers. I'll remind City Council that I'll be leaving this evening to head over to the League of Cities Legislative Conference for the remainder of the work week. And then also I want to thank both Deputy Mayor Blanco, Councilman Whipple, for your service, your dedication, your leadership, in serving the community. We appreciate your support, for staff, especially, during the budget times and some other items as we made some difficult decisions, and you all exercised great leadership, in making the decision that you felt that was in the best interest of the city. I know we haven't always agreed on every issue, but we've always been able to professionally and respectfully agree to disagree, and sought compromise, and what did they say? I think they say it was Tip O'Neill, or the art of politics is compromise, and both of you have been very engaged in our one-on-one meetings, and always looking out for your constituents, and that there's something to be said about that. So certainly appreciate working with you, and want to thank you and wish you both the best in your future endeavors, and hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that very much. Okay. Mr. City Attorney.
Likewise, I'm Councilman Whipple. This is the second go-around with us, and you've been 10 years serving on the,
Yes, sir.
on the City Council.
Yes.
With you as my capacity as City Attorney, and you leave 10 years worth of a lot of successes for the City of Cocoa. There have been a lot of tremendous changes as the city continues to grow every year, and I've really enjoyed working with you.
Thank you.
And we even go back further than that when you served on the Charter Review Committee many years ago. I wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you very much.
And Deputy Mayor, it's been 2 years. It's been a very memorable 2 years. I really enjoyed working with you. I wish you all the best, you and your family. Have great successes in the future. You've been a consummate professional, and I've been a quick study during these 2 years as Deputy Mayor. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Very kind. Okay. Ms. Warner.
Well, I'm going to start with thanking the Cocoa Village Association for a wonderful event last week with the chili cook-off. It is always a fun event, but they've really ramped it up. I think we had 19 contestants this year. It was a lot of fun. They do a great job. They come up with an awesome idea this year. They gave you a little lanyard with your spoon on it, so you didn't have to get a new spoon every time you tasted new chili. So they saved money. They didn't spend so much money on spoons. We didn't have nearly as much trash. It was awesome. Now if they could just give us all refillable cups, it would be fine. But yeah, great job by Emma and her crew, and Pam Shai and all the people in Cocoa Village. It's a fun event. And I saw our staff down there also working very hard and making sure that everybody was having a good time, so that was nice. I'd like to thank Yvonne and Officer Hadaway and the fire department and everybody else who helped out at Walmart for the Fill a Truck event with the food at Walmart. I stopped in and left my charge outside with them while I went in and bought some items for to help fill the truck. And I came back and found out that Yvonne had been live streaming, and Friday night I come down to the chili cook-off, and people down there recognized my new charge, my baby copper puppy that I have. Everybody's like, oh, is that Isabel? Because they had seen her at Walmart, or seen her on the police department's Facebook page. So that was awesome. Lets me know that people are actually paying attention and watching the stuff that our staff is putting out there and advertising the city. And I would like to join everybody else in saying what a pleasure it has been to work with the two of you. I know people have made some disparaging remarks about the fact that you were both appointed to this office, but let me tell you, we could not have appointed people who worked any harder or did any better job than the two of you. I will never, ever regret appointing either one of you to these positions. Clarence, you had wonderful experience. I knew you would jump right back in.
Yes.
And I also knew from working with Jerry on the US 1 RDA that she would be professional and do a wonderful job, and she exceeded my expectations, and I am so glad that the citizens of Cocoa got to have you serve them. I'm hoping that we can depend on you to join one of our boards or committees again, and you too, Clarence. We always need good people on the other RDAs, as well as our planning and zoning, and I guess we're going to have some openings on some of those boards now, so I'm hoping that you all will jump right back in there like Mrs. Collins and I did. And I may, Clarence, be the only person, at least in recent history, that's sitting more years sitting up here than you have, because by the time I'm done, I think I'm going to have 12 or 13.
12 or 13, yes.
So I might have you beat. We're going to have to probably get somebody like Carrie to look back and see if anybody has served longer than the two of us have.
Yes.
You know, I first got involved in Cocoa politics back in 1995 when I started joining some boards and committees, and I got to know some council people. I got to help with some special events. I helped with the city centennial. I worked with a lot of the village merchants. Prior to that, I had never, ever been involved in not only politics, but in my government at all. The most I'd ever done was read the paper and complain about things the city council was doing. And I got shamed into participating by my child, and I'm not sorry that I did that. I first ran for office in 1999 when Mr. Blake vacated his seat to run for mayor. It was a one-year term. And then I ran again in 2000. My opponent in that race was Jake Williams. And Jake and I stood at King Street Baptist Church all day on election day, because there was no early voting in those days. And we talked and found out that we had a lot of the same ideas and we had a lot in common. And when he needed to take a bathroom break, I held his sign, and when I took one, he held my sign. And to me, that's what local politics is supposed to be about. It's not about whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. It's about what you can do for your fellow citizens. And we are residents of the city of Cocoa long before we ever are Democrats and Republicans. That being said, I registered as a Democrat when I turned 18. But tomorrow, I will become an NPA for the first time in my life, because I am so embarrassed by what the Brevard Democratic Party did in our city election that I can no longer be a Democrat. Nonpartisan elections are exactly that. They're nonpartisan. Party politics has no business in a city election. You are not allowed to get out there and advertise your party if you're running in a nonpartisan race. If the Brevard Democrats want to advertise what you are, that's fine, but you don't get to do it yourself. Florida election law is very clear. And the Brevard Democrats should have known better. The Republicans should know better. Everybody should know better. Partisan politics has no business in this city hall. It doesn't matter whether we're Democrats or Republicans. What we do here has no party affiliation. We're here to do the work for the citizens of Cocoa. I don't want this city to become what our state and our federal government has become, and I will fight every single day to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't care what party these people belong to. Nobody should care what party they belong to. I am here for 2 more years, and I will never, ever allow party politics to become part of this council chambers as long as I'm here. Thank you, people, so much for being professional.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don?
I forgot what I wanted to say. No. I just want to say thank you to Clarence. We've been on a long time. When I first got on the council back in 2010, you were on the board, and you left and came back, and I appreciate everything. You know, we didn't always agree, but, you know, we always walked out on the friendly terms, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
And Jerry, it was a pleasure to work with you for the last couple of years, and
Same here.
attending
Thank
all
you.
these events and doing everything, and chit-chatting and meeting your husband and Clarence's daughter also. I never forget that. And it was a pleasure, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Mr. Whipple.
Yes, thank you. Wow. This is my next to the last time appearing at the dais. I think when we have the swearing in up at 10 o'clock on the 20th, hopefully, will occur. And I will have one more opportunity to come before you all. But I want to thank everyone for the positive comments tonight. All of you, department directors, I appreciate all of you. You do a tremendous job for the city. I won't name you individually, but you do a great job. I know it because I see the results of what you do. I appreciate all of you. Let's continue to make this city be better than it actually is now. This truly is a Mecca, and we should be very proud to be citizens of this great city. I'm happy to be a citizen of the city of Cocoa, and I'm blessed to have served for 10 years as District 1 representative. And there has been great things done and still in the works. Looking forward to the new representatives to keep it moving. And District 1 rep, I live in your district. So
You'll be hearing from him.
you'll be hearing from me. Also, Mr. DeCanich has a file that I've kept, don't you, Mr. DeCanich?
All our meeting notes, yes, sir.
All of the meeting notes. And hopefully he will keep that going and we'll be able to keep it moving. To the new mayor, welcome to the great city of Cocoa. And we want to thank you for being who you are and serving our community as you have in the past. I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm happy to have served. And I'm truly blessed and thankful to our Savior for allowing me to serve this community in the manner in which I have. So, my next meeting, the 20th at 10 a.m., I'll be here, and hopefully Carrie has something to eat, because that's about my lunchtime. on the 20th. Yeah, we have something to eat that day coming in here.
Well, you got to have food if you want
We got to
people
have
show up,
food,
right?
yes. But I want to mention our former mayor as well, Mr. Henry Parrish. If you're out there looking and listening, thank you for your service as well. City council members individually, Ms. Warner, thank you for your service. Mr. Bovier, thank you for yours. And Mrs. Blanco, you've done an excellent job.
Thank you.
I've watched you coming in and how dedicated you were to detail. And you've asked questions that I didn't even think of. And that's quite an accomplishment, because I do like to throw a monkey wrench in things every now and then. But you've been able to do that without controversy. So thank you so much for your service.
Well, thank you.
Mr. DeCanich, love what you do, and sometime how you do it. Not all the time. I want to make sure that we keep it moving. You know, I'm all about getting the job done. Why we gotta wait? We don't have to wait. Let's get it done. To Matt, I gave him a starter's kit, bow tie. I gave him one. He haven't worn it yet. I'm looking forward to seeing him do that.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I gave him a gift.
Gave him one?
Yeah, I told him this is your starter kit, Mr. City Manager Assistant. But anyway, it's been fun. Love you all. And let's live together, let's work together, and let's go forward in positive ways. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Clarence.
Yes.
Okay, now on to the final person of the night, myself. Tonight is my final meeting, and I'd like to take a few minutes to say thank you. I want to start by thanking the other members of council that are here with me tonight, of course, and to our former mayor, Henry Parrish. Their support and guidance this last 2 years is something that I will never forget and I will always appreciate. I want to thank the city manager's office, his staff, the department directors, who always took time to meet with me, answer all questions that I may have, either for myself or for one of my constituents, and for their commitment to the city. I want to thank the chief of police and the fire chief for their dedication to their departments, their officers, firefighters, and their staff. And I also want to thank the city employees in each and every department. You are the backbone of this city, and we wouldn't be where we are today without your commitment and pride that you take in a job well done. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all the residents of our great city who I have had the pleasure of serving these 2 years. I have met many of you during that time, and I have developed friendships that will last for many years. My time on council was short, but effective. I take pride in a job well done, and I leave with the satisfaction and the knowledge of knowing that I was instrumental in several key decisions, one that built 3 new fire stations, and the other one that will ensure safe, clean drinking water in Cocoa for generations to come. I want to thank all the residents that voted for me in our recent election, as well as the ones that contributed to my campaign or put up a sign in support of me. I wish all the best to our incoming council members and incoming mayor. And I just want to say that it's been a pleasure and an honor to serve here. Thank you so much for everything.
All right.
God bless. And with that, I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.